Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Travis from Travis Shoots Plastic, and today we're going to be doing a review on the 6mmProShop Army Armament Staccato C2 Comp, which we do have right here. You can get this for about 140 bucks. I do have a Streamlight TLR1 on it, which we can also see on the other camera. It is a really nice pistol off rip. I'll go ahead and show the box, which we do have right here. So, I'm going to go over what you get included in the box. Here we do have a styrofoam or a foam cutout for your pistol. This is what it'll come with. You get a Staccato certificate of authenticity. It's cool, I suppose. It is licensed by Staccato with EMG. It is also upgraded, by the way, so it does have better internals from the standard unlicensed Army Armament pistols. Here is your manual. It's pretty basic. It shows a Glock. It's nothing special. But over here it does show some 1911 controls. It is not the Staccato, but here it is. It is pretty nice, branded Army Armament. With this, you will also get a tool. I'm going to assume this is only fully functional and useful if you do have the CO2 version, as I do here. This is the CO2 version. That is kind of the big selling point of the steel internals, is that it's a lot better. So, right here, here's the magazine. It is a standard high capa magazine. Here's your valve here, and this tool you can see the whole prongs there. I'll go ahead and show the other camera. Here's the fiddle focus. Guess not. But you can take these prongs and you can click, and then you can twist and you can take your valve out. Personally, I do have leaking issues with this mag, so I cannot show a shooting video. When you pop this to the side, it does lock. It's not going to come all the way off. You will have to pull this spring back, and then the base plate will come off. You can probably throw any base plate you want on it. It shouldn't be a big deal, but we're going to go ahead and show you that you can use this other side, this hex side, for the CO2. Now that we're done with the mag, it is a really nice mag. It feeds well. I've never had an issue with the mag. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this back together. Now, moving on to the pistol, I am going to take my Streamlight TLR1 off. And this is it. So, out of the box, it does come with a stippled pistol grip. It's very nice. I like it a bunch. It comes with a flared magwell. This is going to be a big difference from the EMG Helios models, is the flared magwell and the grip. The grip is a little bit different on the Helios versions, and then it does not come with a flared magwell as far as I know. I've not seen a flared magwell. So, ambidextrous controls. There is no full auto, there's no gimmicks. It is a semi-auto pistol. It just works. It's very nice. Off rip, it does have suppressor and optic height sights, and it is RMR ready. So if you got an RMR, SRO, whatever, if you have that kind of platform optic, it is going to work on this. No ifs, ands, or buts. It will work. So, really simple. You don't have to go buy extra parts to throw one on. It just works. So, moving on to here. This is the compensator. And we're going to get a better look at that by opening it up. Really simple. You line up this notch with the slide catch. Here's the slide catch. You line up this notch with the slide catch, and you press on the other side, and it comes right out. After that, you let go and pull it right off. Really simple. Now, let's go ahead and get a look at the internals. As you can see here, we do have our hop up, and I'll go ahead and show the camera, the other camera. Hop up right there. This little dial right here. This is your hop up. I'm gonna go ahead and show this camera. Here's the hop up. Probably not very good view with this one, but that's okay. So, how do we get to our stuff? Well, first off, you do have to push this out. So, I'm going to take the spring here. This spring. I'm going to push that out. And I'm going to untighten this. You push. Pull this part to the side. This is going to be your barrel, this is going to be your inner barrel, your hop up, everything. You're going to move this to the side a little bit, and you just pull right out. You can keep this together, you don't have to take it apart. And now, you can just take all of this off. So, for anyone who buys this and does have an issue with your compensator coming loose, that can happen, and that's just because it wasn't tightened all the way. That happens, it's not a big deal. It's really easy to fix. You are going to need a hex key, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it. It does have to be a size 8. At least in my experience, it was a size 8. I don't know if that could be different with other tools, but mine was a size 8. It will come with an orange tip coming out of here. There are threads on this compensator. Personally, I don't care to clean out threads, if you can see there on this camera, or let's go ahead and show that camera. There are some orange tips, and honestly, I didn't care too much to take it all the way off. It's not a big deal to me. It's not killing me. I'm not putting a suppressor in front of a compensator. To me, that does not make sense. So, it will come with an orange tip. You can just take that off. You are allowed to take that off. It's only really for retailers to sell it to you, that it has to have an orange tip. It doesn't really matter if you keep it on. You can choose to keep it on, but I chose not to. That's my decision. So, first things first, this compensator, really simple to take off. So what happens is there is a nut in there, a little screw, and as you can see, it is hollow. But you can get a hex key in there, and you can tighten it and loosen it. You can take this off. You can take that off perfectly fine. I'm sure the gun will function just fine. However, there is one issue. Because of the compensator, there is an extended guide rod. So let me go ahead and throw this back together, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So, this is not a normal sized, this is not a normal sized guide rod. So, looks fine now, but if you take this compensator off, when you put this piece on, it will be sticking out just like that. And that, let me go ahead and show the camera up here. It will be sticking out like that. So, here's the compensator. It will be sticking just like that, which means it'll be on the outside of the actual slide. So, yeah, that's an issue, and you don't want that. So, you will probably have to buy a new guide rod. You should be fine with the same spring. I don't see why that'd be an issue. Personally, I cannot tell you if these are Tokyo Marui spec. I have seen some people say that it's kind of out of spec. It's whatever. If you're buying a Staccato, you're buying a Staccato to have a Staccato. I don't see why you would spend to get all the licensing and everything just to swap out all the parts. This thing is a laser beam. In my experience, at least, it is a really good shooter. It's very accurate. It'll shoot far with CO2. And for anyone who's new, CO2, you do want to try and take better care of your gun, because CO2 will bust up its internals. Now, A big problem I did have with this pistol is holster options. Staccato holsters are very expensive, and when you're not exactly sure what kind of holster to get because you bought a C2 like this, as you see, C2. This is the right there. Show the other camera. Can't even see it on the other camera. Let's go ahead and show this. There's the Staccato C2 right there with the star. This is a compact pistol. This is more of like a concealed carry kind of firearm, and so to say. It's not a firearm. It's a concealed carry replica. So it's a smaller, form than your standard Glock 17. It's smaller than your standard high kappa, your standard 1911. It is smaller, but let me mention, you would not buy a C2 holster for this. And the reason why is this compensator right here. This compensator extends the slide up to 5 inches. That is a government slide. You can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So, I have found that using standard 5.1 high kappa holsters, as well as using, if you have a Staccato XC, you can use a XC holster. Can't say a whole ton on the XL or the P Comp, but I know the XC is what will work with this. I'm pretty sure a Staccato P is a 5-inch. I might be wrong, but that's what this is. This is a C2. It will use standard high kappa holsters. It is XC length. It's the same length as if you bought a Staccato XC. So, this is a standard magazine. There's your gasket right there. It is very nice. So, if you're like me, you're going to need a different holster. You can't just buy any high kappa holster, and I'm very picky on the holsters I get. I do like a duty style holster, as well as I do run a light on my gun. Red dots are entirely optional for me. I don't really care. I do have a Safariland PPQ holster. I have a Safariland Glock holster, and I have a Safariland holster for this. So, I'm going to go grab those right now. Level 2 retention holster. It does not actually actively hold onto the gun. However, it does have a hood right here that grabs onto the gun. This is what I personally used. This one is a Safariland style, and that's why I did say Safariland. However, this is not a Safariland brand. This is just a random AliExpress holster. I wasn't even sure if it was going to work, but it in fact does. I can link that in the description. It does use QLS fork. It is missing a screw, but I have to go get a new screw, so there is that. That does kind of suck. So, no main gripes about it. It does work. It fits in. It's more of like a tension holster, so if you have a Kydex holster, it is just going to hold on to it just like this. Just going to grab it just by friction. But it's great. I've never had any issues with it. We can see here, it just sticks right here. It's flush. It sits on the magazine release just a little bit. It does cover the trigger. It's great. I got this for 20 bucks. It's great. I mean, I love this thing. $20 holster. Yeah, it works great. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I do love it. So, I've had this thing for, I would say, a good 4 or 5 months. So, that's when I try and give a good review. The trigger pull is amazing on this thing. Let's go ahead and... So, there is one slight issue with this thing that I've had, aside from the leaky mag, is that you should not be able to do that. You should not be able to flip your safety up when the hammer is forward. If the hammer is forward, your safety should not be able to be flipped up. That is a big issue with me. However, I don't see it actually affecting the gun. I don't think it actually does anything to the gun. It's not going to break it. It'll be fine. If anything, the gun just can't fire. Whatever. That's what a safety does. So I'm not going to throw a hissy fit about it, but if that is a little piece of information that you would want, that is it. I have no clue what has caused that, but it just decided to start doing that. Whatever. Yeah, it's not like I'm just pushing up on it the entire time. I'm not doing that. It actually started with when I got it, this had a little bit of wobble. That wobble went away for a while, and then all of a sudden it could be pushed up. Perfectly fine though. It's a great gun. I would not, regret my purchase at all. I'm glad I got this. This is probably one of my favorite guns. So yeah, that is what I'm working with. This is the Staccato C2 Comp by 6mmProShop and Army Armament, upgraded by T8. So that's going to wrap up the video. If you would like me to review my AR, my M4 build, I'm not going to tell you the brand. It's very surprising and it's amazing. I haven't done really any upgrades to it, and I love it to death. I will go to the grave with my opinions on it. It is the best Airsoft AEG I have messed with to date. I would love to check out more things for Airsoft. I'm pretty new to the scene, but I know what I'm doing for the most part. Don't take my word for it. So that's going to wrap up the video. I didn't want to go too crazy on it, but if you're on a budget and you want a nice pistol that's nice and flashy, but more subtle, I don't know how to explain it. It's a nice middle ground. It's flashy and it's subtle. It's a Staccato. They're expensive. Big brand. However, it's all black and it's very mute. So, if you like that little middle ground, it's great. It's got great features on it. It's got great sights. Optic ready. Has a compensator. Looks aggressive. And it's cheap. I got this for $140 on Evike. So, yeah. If you want to see more, maybe even see a video on the M4, go ahead and drop a like, drop a subscribe, comment on the video. Tell me what you want to see. Give me ideas on stuff to buy, to check out. And after some time using it, I would love to make a review on that and talk about it. I love doing this. So, yeah, that'll be it. See ya.